Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm back at Toronto Auto Brokers for doing another review of a supercar, and this is the Ferrari FF, a very high performance Ferrari vehicle that has 4 seats. So 4 people can sit inside, and it has a big V12 at the front, so you can enjoy a V12 with 4 people. This car was really popular at the time, but now I'm reviewing it. I know it's a bit old, but anyways, let's do it. So let's start this full in-depth review by talking about a little bit about the Ferrari FF. So Ferrari. As you know, Ferrari is an Italian manufacturer that are building supercars for more than a decade. So the Ferrari FF was first introduced in 2011. When the car was introduced, the entire world was shocked because Ferrari introduced a V12 engine that's front-engined, rear-wheel drive with 4 seats inside the car with a coupe design. Car was very popular, but from 2011 to 2016, that was the production year for this car. They stopped it afterwards 2016, and then the successor of this car is the GT4 Lusso. I will try to do a video on that soon too, but let's do the FF first. So this is a bit history about this car. Now let's start the entire video by showing you guys the full exterior, the interior, engine, and the practicality of this car. This car has the classic Ferrari key. So you have a physical key with your red Ferrari logo here. You have your unlock, lock, and trunk opening. Now I'm going to get inside, turn on these headlights. The FF has very nice headlights, and to be honest, all Ferrari does. But the problem is, if I turn the car on, the V12 is so loud that I can't even hear my own voice. So here we put the car in ignition, and there the car's everything turns on. Whenever you turn the Ferrari on, it's obviously gonna go to ignition and beep for a few minutes, and then if you start the car, it's gonna turn on. But at first, I'm gonna just turn on the full lights. This is with the high beam, this is without the high beam. I'm not gonna turn the car on because the V12 is very loud, so you guys can't hear me for a fact. So the headlights on the FF are actually pretty cool looking and pretty nice looking. You have the hazards and your daytime running lights on the top. You have your main projector set up here and your side illumination reflector light here because it's a North American spec. Overall, if you see the front of the car, your grille starts from here. That all the way goes till the other side. You can see how big of an opening it is and how good it actually looks with this opening. This opening helps the car ventilate itself, and it actually needs it. So, as it's a front engine car, you obviously have a big opening to cool down the engine. You have the Ferrari logo at the center, and this car actually has headlight washers too. To be honest, at the front, you have parking sensors, you don't have a physical camera, but you have to understand this is a car from 2016. But for then, it is actually a very decent looking car for design and a very normal techish car, because at 2016, a lot of companies didn't even have digital screens. I could be wrong, I could be right. It has rain sensing wipers, and that's pretty much it for the car's front. Now I'm going to show you the car's powertrain and then show you guys the side profile. Now I'm going to open the hood from the driver's side to look at the car's powertrain. So let's do that first. So there is a button here, and then there it opens, and there's a physical lock here. If I just get that up, I can open up the hood, and it obviously has hydraulic struts. And you can see the red engine that Ferrari has. Look at that engine and look at how big it is. This is a 6.3 liter naturally aspirated V12 engine. With this engine, you have an automatic transmission, but the main part of this car is your engine. Front engine, rear wheel drive. I don't know how Ferrari is gonna put all that power down, but this car is producing almost 651 horsepower and 506 pound-feet of torque. It's pretty good for 2016, I guess. But overall, what's cool is you can see the 12 cylinders. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It says Ferrari on the sides. These are your intakes that needs to cool down that naturally aspirated engine. As this is a numbered car, you can see which number this car has. There's a chassis number there, but it's completely red. And if someone twin turbos Ferrari's V12, I don't know how much power this is going to produce, but this is a big engine, and it's very loud. Let's close the hood because we're pretty much done. The hood is actually very edgy, so it makes the car stand out a little more, and it looks way better than it actually is. This car is in gloss black. It would look better if it's in white, but you never know. I might do a GT4 Lusso in white. Now, let me show you the car's side profile. Now, I'm showing you guys the car's side profile. So let's look at the front wheels first. So, when people spec'd out this car, everyone had a lot of different choices for their wheel colors. So, first of all, let's look at the brakes. You have carbon ceramic brakes that are 10 pistons. You have your Ferrari written there and it says carbon ceramics inside, just so you can see the carbon. Brake calipers are in yellow. The front wheels are 245/35 ZR20s, and you have double Osmo suspension with coil springs that are adaptive. Look at the size of the brakes. I don't have nothing else to say. This is your side hazard slide. This is where the hot air comes out from the engine. You have your Ferrari shield on the side, and this is actually a badge, not a sticker. And then if you look at the car's side profile, you have the exterior mirror that's pretty decent looking. It's placed on the A pillar because in that time no one put it on the door. It's obviously frameless because it's a two-door coupe car. It didn't have a convertible because it's a four-seater, and Ferrari FF was never a convertible car. If you look at the rear wheels are 295/35 CR20s. You have a little smaller brakes at the back, but it's still bigger than any other car that you know that's here, probably. But you have this. That's the car's specification. That was another grade for this car, so that's cool. But overall, if you just come back to the brakes of the car, the rear wheels are really thick because it's a rear wheel drive vehicle. I'm going to get up and open the fuel tank from the driver's side. So let me do that real quick. And because it's a V12 engine, it should have a big fuel tank. So there's the button for opening it. It should have a big fuel tank, but anyways, you're gonna run out of fuel. I don't know how. It goes by fast. It's capitalist 2. It's nice how this car is, and this car actually has a panoramic roof, so you can actually see inside of the car from the top. That's not painted, it's a glass roof. Now I'm going to show you the car's side. Now I'm going to show you the rear of the car. So if you look at the rear, this car, the front is very long, rear is very short. That makes it perform better because it's a very long car considering it's a coupe. I'm going to get inside, turn on the rear tail lights first. So let's get inside. I'm going to keep the car in ignition and not actually turn the car on because the V12 is very loud, trust me. So the tail lights are actually pretty basic but pretty nice, standard Ferrari tail lights. So you have the circle and then your hazards at the center. It's very cool. You have some nettage area here for the hot air from the exhaust to come out. And then if you continue, you have a slow ducktail spoiler with your Ferrari logo at the center, right, all the way continues till the other side. On top, you have your rear windshield with your upper stop brake light and your shark fin antenna. If you look at the bottom section, you have a very aggressive diffuser with 2 fog lights and sensors at the back. That's your parking camera. And then you have your quad tips for your exhaust. And this Ferrari is loud. If we get up from there, overall the rear of the car is pretty nice. But now we're going to see if this car is practical or not. For showing you guys the boot of the car, I can open the boot with the key and then it's going to powerly open. A Ferrari with a power tailgate, weight is going to be a little much, but anyways, a V12, right? So you have around 350 liters of storage here, more than the previous car review, that was the NSX. But you have decent amount of room for a sports car and for a Ferrari. This is your car's cover that's here, so you just unroll that and put that in. But it's overall very cool. You have your partial cover as well, and everything is in cool Alcantara. You can fold down the seats by these buttons. If I just pull this, it's going to fold down, but I can't do it because of the partial covers in the way. This is the button for closing the boot. So if I just press this button, it closes, and this is your rest of the part of the partial cover. This is for closing it manually, but why would you close manually when it automatically does it for you? Now I'm going to get inside the Ferrari FF. So now we're at the inside of the FF. First of all, look at that panoramic roof. Ferrari and panoramic roofs, it's a fixed sunroof, but Ferrari was the first person to introduce that. The full dash is wrapped in black leather with white stitching, and it has FF written right there. and all Ferrari cars have their model there. If you just press this button, this place opens up, and then you can put your files or something, I guess, all the lawsuits that Ferrari is going to give you. If you look at the glove box, if you just press this button, it's going to open up. You have your owner's manual of the car in there, and this part is also in leather. Look at the seats. It's completely bucket. It's in full black. You have the Ferrari embossed on the top for the back and the fronts too. And it's a 4-seater. That's why this car was popular. This entire part is also in black leather. You have a cup holders here with decent amount of room. These are your window openers. This is for turning on the hazards, turning it off. This is for putting the car in reverse and for putting the car in automatic. This is your grab handles. These are your AC vent controls. It says Ferrari right here. 3 AC vents at the center, and it has Ferrari logos inside of them. Now, if I show you the instrument cluster, and I will show you the car steering. But before that, you have your rear view mirror here and your vanity mirror. The passenger side only has a mirror with a light. And it's pretty cool how everything is on this car. Now I'm going to show you the car's instrument cluster, infotainment system, and steering wheel. So for turning on a Ferrari, you have to first of all put the car in ignition, and then everything turns on. This infotainment system is pretty simple. You have your FM and AM, nothing else. And for turning the car on, you have to press this button on the steering wheel. So for on the brake, press this button, and the car is going to turn on. The steering wheel is tilt and telescopic, obviously. As you can see right here, it has carbon accents here, carbon accents here, so that makes the car look much more nicer. You have your drive mode selectors here: sport, traction control off, comfort, wet, and snow. So I'm going to leave it on comfort for the meantime. This is your start button. This is for your suspension. This is for your high beam and high beam off, and these are for your hazards. Overall, the steering is pretty nice. You have your rev lights here that come up. That makes the car look much more nicer in my opinion. Now I'm going to show you the car's instrument cluster. But before I do that, if I come to the climate, you can see you have a 2-zone climate control on this car as well. So that's also pretty cool. So before you turn the car on, it just says Ferrari and FF. And then when you put the car on ignition, it's going to slowly turn everything on. But let's turn the car on. So foot on the brake and hold this, and then the V12 turns on. So this is your speedo. Top speed is 220 miles per hour. That's your time. This is your RPM at the center. It red lines in 8,500 with your gears at the center. So if I put it on first, it goes there. If I put it on reverse, it goes there with your reversing camera. If I'm putting it in neutral, I just pull both paddles. And in this side, you can see the car's drive modes up there, and you can see the front parking sensors, your fuel gauge, and the kilometer per hour and your mileage, that how much you're getting. Now I'm going to show you the door, but before that, you have some controls here, like I mentioned, for your drive modes. This actually changes a bit on the screen, but it's not showing it right now. You have your pedals at the back. That's fully a very clicky soundish one, and these are for your hazards. It's pretty nice how everything is on this car. And when you turn it off, it just goes away clearly. Then you have your AC vent here. This is for your headlight controls. This is for controlling that screen. And then if we go down, this is for your parking brake, dead pedal, brake pedal, gas pedal. You have your car seat controls here. Both the seats are powered, by the way. You have your Ferrari side plates here. That says Ferrari in a very nice way. Door's pretty nice. You have your tweeter here, you have your speaker here, grab handle, full leather. Exterior mirror control is for opening the door, and then you have a little storage area here that you can put your stuff in. As we are done with the video, so I'm going to come out of the car. So let's just do that real quick. I'm just turning the car off. So if you like this review, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks to Toronto Auto Brokers for providing the cars to me so I could do a full review on them. Next, what do you want to see? Let me know. A lot of people are asking me, do a Lamborghini, do a Lamborghini. So you guys can see Toronto Auto Brokers have a Lamborghini Aventador. I wish I could do it. You never know. If you guys want to see it, let me know, and I'll do it as soon as possible.